Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be looking at my mono red dragon tribal deck. So out of all the tribal decks that I've made up until this point, this one was definitely the easiest because dragons just kind of do everything. They tend to be like high mana flyers that have really good effects when they enter or attack or whatever. So very powerful type of creature. So we have Lathliss here. Whenever another dragon enters, you get a 5/5 dragon, and then you can, just in case that effect wasn't good enough, you can pay 2 mana, and then your dragons get +1/+0 to end a turn. So you can basically buff them up and then kill everybody. So yeah, pretty good. And keep in mind, it's only when the dragons enter. It's not a cast trigger, which is still really good. And we have some synergy with that. Soul Ring, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Axe, a Braid, Vessel, Bitter Reunion. I have this in just about every deck I can try to get it in because it's just a good card all around. This, draws you cards because red obviously runs out of gas. It tends to anyway. And then you pay 1 and sack this, and you can also give your creatures haste, which is incredibly relevant with this. So we have Barbarian. This he's playing in CEDH obviously, but it's only here because it's a dragon. It's 2 mana and it also ramps, so it's just pretty good. Hatchling is a 2 mana dragon that you can pay 1 and buff it, but it's just there to get the ETB effect with this. Pyroclasm, Mind Stone, Fire Diamonds, Metallic Mimic. Basically, it's a shapeshifter, and when it enters, you select dragons, obviously, and then you get your ETB from this, and then whenever another creature of the chosen type enters, it gets an additional +1/+1. So it's an insane card. We have a Thought Vessel, Swashbuckler. It enters, you get a treasure, and then when you attack, you sack any number of treasures, and when you do up to that many creatures get double strike. So obviously this is a really good card all around for dragons, in my opinion. Worn Power Stone, Into the Fire. It's a board wipe, and also you can, if your hand kind of sucks, you can do the other effect. Icon of Ancestry is insane. It enters, you choose the creature type, they get +1/+1, and then if you run out of cards in your hand, you can pay 3. Look at the top 3, put a creature of the chosen type into your hand. Orb of Dragonkind, basically it's just a 3 mana ramp spell for dragons, but it also gives them haste, which is a nice bonus. Fire Spitter Whelp is pretty funny because whenever you cast a non-creature spell or a dragon spell, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. Breath Weapon. Gotta have this in here, right? Invoker. It's a 3 mana. This card is just so dumb. So it's 3 mana, it's a 4/2, and you can pay it. It's a mana sinker later in the game, which you can just deal 4 damage each opponent. So it's like, what does it not do? Shifting Shadow. This is a really funny card. Okay, so it's Enchantment Aura. Equipped creature has haste at the beginning of your upkeep. Destroy this creature, and then it polymorphs into whatever the next card is off the top of or from your library until you hit a creature. You put it into play, and then this triggers again, and then whatever dragon you get also has haste, and then you swing that. So it's a really funny card, and it does every turn. Red Dragon has 2 effects that are both, or it has an effect that's really good, and then it can become a dragon later, obviously. So create a treasure token for 2 mana, and then you cast it for 4. Get a 3/2. Fledgling Dragon. It has Threshold, and has an effect where it can buff itself. This guy is only here because it's a 4 mana dragon, and also if you're playing, in this deck, you run out of cards kind of fast, so it's always going to be a 7/7 basically. Mana Form Hellkite. This card is so dumb. When you cast a non-creature spell, create an XX Dragon Illusion creature token with flying and haste, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell, and then it dies at the end of turn basically. This card's also pretty dumb. I was kind of shocked on the price on a lot of these because, I mean, dragons have like a lot of really good abilities, but they're still power crept by other dragons that are still coming out because the dragons are just so good now. But anyway, whenever one or more dragons you control deal combat damage to an opponent, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. So that's already, it fits right in. And you have 3 abilities you can pick from: destroy an artifact, deal 4 damage to each other opponent, or exile top card of the library, may play it this turn. So insane. Arcbound Whelp, it buffs itself, it has modular too, it's alright. Gathering Stone, obviously. Sisei's Ring, Hedron Archive, Stone Speaker Crystal. I want to get what is it called? The 4 mana one that taps for 3. Can't name it off the top of my head. This was a recent addition. Basically, this is just here as another haste enabler for all your creatures, because there's times when you get a bunch of creatures and you can't really do anything with them at, during that time. So this is another ramp spell here. I should have went there. So Golem's Eye taps for 2 mana, but this is just here to hurry the game up a little bit. Archwing Dragon. It's a 4 mana dragon, basically has flying and haste, and then you bounce it back to your hand. So if you run out of cards, this is a good way to ensure that you're always going to have a way to make tokens with Lathliss, so you just keep bouncing it. Furnace Whelp. You could buff itself. There's a lot of dragons that just have this like effect of buffing itself, and it's kind of interesting. Kind of wish that they kind of stuck with that a little bit, but Spine Rock Tyrant. This is the new guy. I actually pulled this card. This card was not as expensive as I thought it was going to be, so I decided just to play it. And then its effect is basically cast an instant sorcery card with a single target. You can copy it, and then they gain Wither. So interesting card. Banner's insane. Hoarding Dragon. You go and get Soul Ring basically with this. It's alright. Breaching Dragonstorm, obviously had to put this in here. The Omen cards, a lot of people, were on the fence about them. Some people hate them. I think they're fine depending on what you're doing with them. In this deck, I mean, this effect is relevant, and also it's a dragon, so. Skyclave. Glorybringer is, I was surprised. This card is like $1 maybe. It's really good. Purifying Dragon, this card is not that good, but when it attacks, it deals 1 damage to the target creature that player controls. So, this guy makes a treasure when he enters. This card, I saw this and I had to read it a few times. I could not believe what I was reading. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. So that's already pretty good. It's decent. It's decent. Then this creature deals damage to its power to target opponent. So you're telling me, I don't know, like, I think it's really good because you can just keep buffing it and then killing somebody. Like, I don't really understand, like, am I misreading this or something? Because, like, I've played this a few times and it literally can deal 15 damage to one player in one turn. Like, it is, and then you can just attack with it and do a 20 damage or whatever. It's insane. Fanatics, this card has Myriad and Haste, and it's a dragon. That's the only reason why it's there. Organics is insane. Whenever it or another dragon enters, you get a treasure token. I was debating making this my commander, but you know, I'm not. You know, maybe it wouldn't be that bad because you can get the get a background and you know splash another color. But I already like the deck the way it is though. Siobhan, obviously, gotta have the OG in here. Akram Hellkite. Landfall deals 1 damage to any target if it's a mountain, which we're playing nothing but mountains basically. It deals 2 damage instead, so he's pretty good. Volcanic Dragon. This is just a nostalgic card for me because I played this back in the day when I first started with the training decks, and Siobhan was also one of them. I saw this and this is funny. It's just a big dragon with flying and haste, and is legendary. What else do you want? This dragon is also pretty good. I like this one a lot. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may have it deal damage to target creature that player controls. So you can shoot down something somebody has. You can buff it and then shoot something down, so it's pretty good. Smelter Dragon, you can pay 4 mana, destroy target artifact. So that's already, it's got built-in removal on it, so it's pretty good. And it also gains +X+O where it's at artifacts converted mana cost. Red Dragon, I mean, the name is right to the point. Is this a red dragon that when it enters deals 4 damage to each opponent? I mean, what more do you want? Flame Blast Dragon, I think this card is really cool. Basically, when it attacks, you may pay X and a red. If you do, deals X damage to target creature or player. Really cool. Incinerator of the Guilty. I was debating not putting this in because it seemed too good, but I mean, I was running out of options because I didn't want to make the deck too good, but it's just, they're dragons, they're going to be insane no matter what you do. And this is like, you know, pretty low bracket level wise. Deals combat damage to a player, collect evidence X, and it deals X damage to each creature and each planeswalker that player controls. So it's very good. This card is hilarious. Basically, each other player other than you, or target player, creates a 5/5 dragon creature token with flying. So if there's someone's being a jerk at the table, you can give everybody dragons except them. So, random encounter. I like this card a lot. I'm not sure if this is the deck for it. We're basically playing nothing but dragons. There's about 30 or 40 dragons. So you're more likely to hit at least one, and then you still get your Lathliss trigger. Nebula Dragon. This card sucks, but it's 7 mana dragon that has an okay ETB. It's a pretty good card actually. I think it is. It deals 1 damage to each creature you don't control, and then it's also 6/3 with flying. Then we get to my second or third favorite card of the deck, Drakuseth. Really like this guy. When it attacks, deals 4 damage to any target and 3 damage to each of 2 other targets. It's basically just a board wipe for some people. And yeah, that is the deck. The rest are just lands. It's about 38 because they're pretty mana expensive, so don't want to miss my land drops. And yeah,